Hi friend! Today I want to dive deeper into the latest release from Kindle, the Kindle Paperwhite 12th generation. This is one of the newest e-readers on the market and I've got a lot to share about it. We're going to go through everything you'd want to know, from what's in the box to the build quality and design. I will be talking about the display, how it performs, the new features they've added and what the software and user interface feels like. And of course, I will get into the reading experience because that's what's really all about. So if you've been wondering whether this is the right Kindle for you or if it's worth upgrading, stick around, I've got you covered. Unboxing and first impressions. The box itself is pretty minimalistic, which is something I've come to expect from Kindle. It's clean, simple, and doesn't have any unnecessary extras, which I appreciate. Inside you get the basics: the Kindle Paperwhite itself, a charging cable, and a super simple instruction manual. And that's pretty much it. No frills, just what you need to get started. Now, when it comes to the colors, this latest Paperwhite line actually gives you some options. You can choose from 3 different colors: black, jade, which is kind of the color green that sits between cyan and yellow, and raspberry. Personally, I went with the jade because I really like its green. It's refreshing and stands out just enough without being too loud. Build quality and design. The new Kindle Paperwhite really sticks to what's worked in the past, showing the same solid build quality we've seen with previous models. The back is made of the rubberized plastic that feels grippy and comfortable to hold, which I honestly prefer over other e-readers like the Kobo Clara or Kobo Libra. Those have more of a plastic feel on the back, which some people prefer, and that's totally fine, but for me, the grip on the Kindle just feels more secure and pleasant to hold. One thing I really like is how the front is flushed with the body. That means there are no tiny edges where the dirt or water can sneak in. Super clean and practical. As with previous Paperwhite models, you've only got one power button and a USB Type-C port for charging or transferring data. Everything is neatly located on the bottom side of the device. The Kindle Paperwhite comes in at 212 grams or about 7.4 ounces, which is similar to earlier versions. It's super lightweight and comfortable enough to hold for hours without feeling like it's weighting you down. And the best part, it's waterproof. So if you're the type to read by the pool or in the bath, any accidental splashes or even a quick dip shouldn't be a problem at all. Now let's get into the display. The new Kindle Paperwhite comes with a 7-inch black and white screen at 300 pixels per inch. This is just a bit bigger than the 6.8 inches on the 11th gen model and a full inch larger than the 10th generation. That slightly bigger screen gives you one extra line of text based on my testing, which is not a huge deal but a nice little improvement. In terms of text sharpness, looking at it up close, it's pretty much identical to the previous model, which is still excellent. The 300 ppi keeps everything sharp and clean, making reading super comfortable even for long periods. One thing I noticed is that the backlight on the new model gives off a slightly warmer yellowish tone compared to the 11th generation, which was a bit cooler. I'd say this warmer tone feels a bit more natural and easy on the eyes. The display also has a glare-free coating, which works wonders in direct sunlight. You can read outside without worrying about reflections, which is always a plus. And speaking of night reading, the warmth light feature works really well. It makes for a very comfortable reading experience in low light or darkness without straining your eyes. Before we jump to the next section, I just want to ask you to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying this video. Appreciate your support. Performance. When it comes to performance, Amazon claims that the Kindle Paperwhite 12th gen has 25% faster page turns compared to previous models. And honestly, I have to agree, it does feel snappier. Whether you're turning pages or scrolling through your library, there's definitely an improvement in speed. As for reading PDFs, I found that it's still pretty smooth. The difference between the 12th gen and the 11th gen in terms of PDF performance is negligible. Both handle PDF page turns and zooming about the same, so if you're coming from an 11th gen, you won't notice much of a difference. One tip I'd like to share for anyone reading PDFs on the Kindle is to try reading them in landscape mode. It makes a huge difference. The text becomes much more readable and you won't have to zoom in and out on every page, which makes for a much more comfortable experience. Let's talk about the new features and improvements. One of the most noticeable changes in the 12th Gen Kindle Paperwhite is the storage. This version comes with 16 GB of storage, whereas the previous 11th Gen had only 8 GB. So realistically, you're looking at around 5 GB of extra space for your books, which is great if you have a large collection or plan on storing audiobooks. After comparing the 12th Gen with the 11th Gen, I didn't find any major new features. But here's something strange. There's a feature called the sleep timer on the 11th Gen, which lets you set how long the Kindle should wait before it turns off the screen. For some reason, it's missing on the 12th Gen. I'm not sure if this is something that developers just forgot to add or it will come in a future update. Either way, it's a small but odd difference. I came across an interesting comment as well from a user on Amazon. Apart from the frustration over the removal of the sleep timer feature, which was available in the 11th Gen, they found it super inconvenient that the device doesn't go into or out of sleep mode when they open or close their existing Gen 11 case. Unfortunately, I don't have any cases to confirm this, but it's certainly a valid concern that highlights how the change may affect the convenience when you're upgrading from the 11th Gen to 12th Gen. Reading experience. When it comes to the reading experience on the Kindle, it's honestly amazing. The smooth page transitions, the crisp text, and the overall sharpness of the screen make reading feel effortless. Plus, the adjustable backlight and warm light really elevate things. Whether you're reading during the day or at night, the lighting makes it easy on the eyes and it's the perfect experience for book lovers and avid readers. One thing that I really enjoy is how easy it is to customize your reading experience. You can quickly change the font type, font size, adjust the margins, tweak the boldness, or even alter the line spacing. It's a very comfortable system that lets you set things up exactly how you like it, which is great for those long reading sessions. The device is also lightweight, so it's easy to hold in one hand for long stretches. In terms of connectivity, the Kindle Paperwhite 12th Gen is pretty much the same as previous models. It comes with both Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. The Wi-Fi supports both 2.4 and 5 GHz networks, which you will use to sync with your Kindle account, transfer books, or purchase new ones through the Kindle store. As for Bluetooth, it's mainly for connecting to headphones or speakers if you're into audiobooks. The Kindle works with Kindle Audible, which has a massive collection of audiobooks, and if that's something you're interested in, be sure to check out the link in the description where you can get a 30-day free trial of Audible. Now, let's go over some pros and cons. For me, there are a lot of pros. First off, the solid sharp display with a strong backlight, dark mode and the warmth light make it perfect for reading in any lighting condition. The performance is really good and navigating the interface feels smooth and fast. One of the big positives, which could also be a drawback for some, is the Amazon ecosystem. It gives you access to millions of books and audiobooks, plus the 12 weeks of battery life and the hassle-free purchasing process through Amazon make the whole experience very convenient. As for the cons, there are a few. Personally, I was hoping for a white color option. It would have been nice to see a bit of more variety. I also miss having physical page turn buttons. That's just a personal preference, but I feel it would add to the overall reading experience. Another downside is the lack of new software features. I'd love to see more options for organizing books, like keeping your favorite books at the top, or creating sections for books that are to be read or currently reading. If you're interested, I've actually made a separate video with a Kindle software wishlist, which you can find with the link in the description. Is it worth the upgrade? So, the big question, is it worth the upgrade? I've done a full comparison video of the Kindle Paperwhite 12th Gen against the 11th and 10th generation. And you can check this out in the top right corner or in the description. My overall opinion is that if you already have the 11th Gen or you can get it at a discount or second hand, I would honestly say stick with the 11th Gen. In my opinion, the upgrade isn't really necessary. But if you're using the 10th Gen or anything older and you're a regular reader, then I think you'd benefit from upgrading. The bigger screen, warm light, better performance and extra storage are all great reasons to make the switch. So to wrap things up, the Kindle Paperwhite 12th Gen is a solid incremental upgrade. There aren't any huge changes, but that's okay. I'm happy that Amazon didn't take away any of the things we already loved about the device, which is definitely a plus. Upgrades and improvements, while not groundbreaking, are still noticeable and appreciated. That said, I was hoping for some software upgrades with more cool functionality. Overall, it's still a great product and I really enjoy it. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What do you think about the new Kindle Paperwhite? Were you expecting more, or are you satisfied with what you've seen so far? Let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget to check out this video for some awesome Kindle tips and tricks. Or if you want to see how the 12th Gen stacks up against the 11th Gen and 10th Gen, you can watch this video here. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one. Bye!